Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Pop Art Collection set available now from illimite. These are available on the Live Love Polish website. They were sent to me for review. If you're interested, I do have direct links. I'll link them down below as well as in my blog post. They are affiliate links, so I do make a little bit of income off of any purchases, and it doesn't cost you any extra, so I definitely enjoy the support for this channel. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. At this moment, they are all still in stock. So first up is Marilyn, and this polish is described as a bright neon pink polish with holographic glitter and a flex. So you can see those showing off in the bottle. They're so pretty. It is very bright and vivid. My camera wanted to throw off that bounce a little bit, so it is showing up maybe a tad more bright on camera. It is definitely a neon though. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one did go on nice and smooth. Even though it has a good amount of holographic glitter and flex, it's not going to dry down textured on you, and it's not going to be gritty in application. So here's a look at that second coat. This one is really going to balance on the edge of being a 2 and 3 coater depending on your application and how bright your visible nail line is. I do have a very strong VNL, so I am going to go ahead and go in for that third and final coat. It did bring this polish completely opaque. I was not able to get these out in direct sunlight, and more is the sorrow because I know these are going to be amazing. I did find the holographic to be a little bit subtle, so maybe you could get away with these if you're not super into glitter. It does still just give a little bit of bang though. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats before a glossy top coat. So these are going to dry down a little bit dull. I do recommend going in with a 1 coat of your favorite top coat. So here's a quick view from a different angle underneath that same artificial lining, and then this is my final swatch photo. So next up is Popular Imagination, and this is one of my top picks. So this polish is described as a thermal polish that transitions between orange when cold and yellow when warm with those same holographic glitters and a flex. This one is amazing. I'm not even like a super yellow or orange polish type of girl, but the shift on this one is so easy to get. It made just a really cool gradient on the nail, and I think it's perfect for summer. So here's a quick look at that first easy coat. I do feel like this one has maybe a little bit more glitter than the others as well. You can see there towards the cuticle, it's already going that super bright yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and build that up a little bit with that second coat. I do still have some VNL, and traditionally with thermals, I do prefer going in for that third coat. I just feel like it makes the shift a little bit stronger, and also when they transition to the warm tone, I do feel like that tends to be maybe a little bit more sheer, so I do appreciate that third coat. It did for sure bring this polish completely opaque. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats just at the natural shift. So this one was very warm sensitive for me. Again, I do recommend going in with 1 coat of your favorite glossy top coat to help beat out any dullness. So I'm going to show you really quickly in my cups how it shifted for me. So to the right I have ice cold water, and that brings it to that very deep, almost burnt orange type of shade, and you can see how quickly it's already trying to transition back to that yellow. So then to the left I have super hot water, and this brings it super bright, very cheerful. And here's a quick look at that side by side. So definitely a very noticeable shift. This is my final swatch photo at an angle underneath my artificial lighting. So next up is Ben-Day Dots, and this polish is described as a vibrant indigo polish with holographic glitter and strong pink shimmer. You can see that shimmer showing off in the bottle. I did find that it was maybe a little bit more subtle on the nails, definitely there, and does add another element of interest. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one went on so smooth, really easy. It is also a very vibrant blue, but I didn't have to deal with any staining at all. This first coat did go on maybe a little bit streaky, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry and then show you how it built up for me with the second coat. 2 coats is going to add more glitter and more shimmer. I do still have a little bit of visible nail line left, so I am opting to go in for a third coat with this polish. I think it was a little bit close. Depending on if you have shorter nails and you don't have to deal with that issue at all, you may be able to get away with just 2. However, here's a look at my third and final coat for today. It did bring this polish completely opaque, and the finish is gorgeous. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats before a glossy top coat underneath artificial lighting. Even with that glitters in there, you're not going to have to deal with a ton of texture. And here's a view from another angle underneath my artificial lighting with a glossy top coat. This is my final swatch photo at an angle under that same lighting. And last up today is Everything is Art, and this polish is described as a thermal polish that transitions between purple when cold and periwinkle when warm with holographic glitters. This one for purple lovers is going to be amazing. It did give me Lisa Frank vibes, especially in the cold tone. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a hot swatch for me today. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one looks like it's going on a little bit streaky. It's just transitioning that quickly. So one coat made for a nice even base. I'm going to go ahead and build that up with a second coat. I did find that the periwinkle shift in this polish was a little bit on the sheer side, so I am going to build this one up for sure with a third and final coat, but 2 coats is definitely going to add more of that shifting nature and more of those flakies. So here's a look at my third and final coat, and it did bring this polish completely opaque. Again, this one is super, super warm sensitive. I'm really loving this, especially to play with in the summer, and it made a really pretty, just natural gradient on the nail. So here's a look at that completed mani. Add 3 coats before a glossy top coat underneath artificial lighting. Again, just go in with 1 coat of your favorite glossy top coat, and it's really going to bring out all the flakies here. So here's a view from another angle underneath that same artificial lighting, and I'm going to show you really quickly how it shifted in my cups. What you're seeing here is definitely not color accurate. The white in my cups wants to throw off my white balance a little bit, but to the right I have super cold ice water, which brings it to that deep, deep purple, and then to the left I have warmer water, which brings it to that light blue or periwinkle. Again, a very noticeable shift. There's nothing subtle about this at all, and super beautiful in both shifts. So this is my final swatch photo as of everything is art underneath that artificial lighting, and that does wrap up my swatch and review of the pop art collection. These are available right now, and I'll leave a direct link down below. If you're interested in seeing any more photos of any of the polishes featured here today, including cold and warm states, I do have those available on my blog over at sloppyswatches.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. I do have more Live Love Polish swatches coming super soon, so stay tuned for that. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next time.